Hey folks, welcome to 44th edition of Geek Night. We'll start with Kotlin for Android by Mahesh.
Hello, my name is Somasundaram and I work at Cube Cinemas. So I'm an Android developer. I'm responsible for Just Tickets application on the Play Store. So that's my full-time job, and I work with Android every day. So on Google I/O we have a new language supported for Android, which is called Kotlin. So let's see how fun is it with working with Kotlin. So how many of you are Android developers here? Okay. Have you moved to Kotlin? Okay. So do you have any idea of Kotlin, how it works, and any guess? Yeah, it works on Java Virtual Machine. Okay, so I'll quickly run through some basic things of Kotlin, as well as we will also see some higher order functions. So why we moved to Kotlin? First of all, Java was great. Java was doing good. Why we moved? So to be truthful, no Android developer said I love Java, because we didn't have lambda functions, nullables, and all the new languages we didn't have the features of the new languages. So it was and Android deals with asynchronous, and you have to create a new runnable inside an instance, and then populate your, even for a single click view you have to write anonymous click listener and all those things. And Android loves throwing null exception everywhere. So we were running around these things every day. So this Kotlin was developed by JetBrains, who is the developer of the IDE of IntelliJ and all those things. And they had released Kotlin 1.0, and many Android developers were attracted to it, and they were working on it. So it is an open source language, and it works on all the JVM machines, and it works on Android. We can also take the JavaScript out, build JavaScript out of it, and run it on a browser. So this native will support iOS as well. As of now, it is in beta. So with Kotlin, you can go on multiple platforms. So that's how it began, and it is safe, and it is tool friendly. You can use any of the Java IDE that you use for Kotlin, and you can develop, or you can also use your text editor and use the command line tools to build it. So 40 plus people are working on the Kotlin team at JetBrains, and all their products are mostly developed on Kotlin, and they have a very good development, as it is being an open source. We have a lot of contributions being going on Kotlin, and every year we are seeing multiple releases coming out. So how do we learn Kotlin? So any language is, you have to try it out and you will learn it. That's how Kotlin is also, and it is very easy to try it out. So let's see. These people uses Kotlin on their everyday products. Uber, Evernote, everyone. So this bit of Java code can be written in this Kotlin code. So this is the equivalent of that Java code. So we need not create boilerplate codes which are usually created by our IDE itself. So let's see one by one. So the basic syntax, the declarations are like you will have a variable and you will give it. You need not declare it type. You need not say whether it is an integer or anything else. You can just directly go and assign it, and val is equal to the final we have in Java. So this is how you directly assign it. So the first by default it will expect an value for everything. So no null pointer will be thrown. So if you want an object to be null, you have to define it null. So it is null safety as well. So this is how you would declare a function, and the function will have its parameters saying the name and the year, and it will also have its return type. So you are returning a string, so you have written string there. So you need not always specify the return as well. So you can also write an inline function without the curly braces. So it is as simple as that. So as I told you, need not even write the string as well. You can directly write movie name equal to name plus year. So null safety as I told. So if you write a line like this, it won't compile. It will give a compile time error. So if you want an object to be null, you have to add a question mark which says it can be null. So this will compile, and if you write a code like this, movie not equal to null, then movie name, your IntelliJ IDE will auto suggest you to directly write it like movie question mark dot name. So that is equivalent to movie question mark dot name. So extension functions. So usually you can extend any function which is also built-in function, or which is like you have created a class, and then you wanted to do something else on the with the class. Then you can extend the function and write it. So in this case, I have extended the activity class and created a function called toast. So what it will do is um, it will toast. It will produce a toast and display it. So to call it on any activity, I can directly go and write toast and its message. So this is an example of extension function. So this will be helpful on all the classes. Wherever you want your predefined methods, you need not create a subclass. You need not create a subclass saying your activity and then having all your predefined functions. You can just have your functions like this, and you can call it anywhere in the class. So whichever class extends activity, I can call a toast message just by writing this line. So data classes. In Java, we usually define a string, and then we define a constructor for it, and then we add a getter, and then we add a setter, and then we add a toString as well to log it out. So we write these much of code for a class holding an ID and a URL. So in Kotlin, you can just write data class movie string and URL. All other boilerplate codes is automatically generated, and you can directly access any of the getter and setter on your Kotlin file. So that's so you can remove all the boilerplate codes that does not. So usually you will not write the boilerplate codes. You will ask the IDE to generate it. So this reduces the complexity, and sometimes you will not be aware of whether it is a generated code or you have tweaked somewhere. So to avoid all those confusions, Kotlin have this simple model. So you can use this for creating data models across your project, and copy, or we'll see this. So I have created a instance of money as tickets, and I am passing the value as 120 and I'm passing the currency as INR. So I can do like this. So what now I'm doing is I'm copying the tickets and putting it to popcorn. So it automatically means that popcorn is also a type of currency INR. So we can directly copy it. So if I do like this, tickets not equal to popcorn. So it will say me that it is different. Whereas if I put a triple equal to, it will say that it is not the same. It is not the same because triple equal to comes like your JavaScript where you can it is equal. It will get it equal to the reference point. Whereas double equal to will work like the values are same or not. So this is another use case. You can declare values like this, and you can also interchange your parameters. So like sometimes you will have a function with like 60 parameters or more than that. On those times you need to be giving passing the parameters in the same order. Whereas in Kotlin you can write currency is INR and amount is 120. You can interchange it and you can use like that. So you can also add an other function to it, like you can extend it and write it like. So if you have an add function saying you have to add the currencies to it, so you are returning a copy of an money object outside it. So what it will return is, so you can say total is equal to ticket dot add popcorn. So it will be the total of 120 plus 85. It will uh, do the arithmetic operation automatically as you define the function add inside the money class. So going to another extent, you can if you name the function as plus, you can directly use the plus symbol. So if you directly use the plus symbol, you can directly call it how it needs to be called, like total is equal to ticket plus popcorn. So it will automatically invoke the plus function and it will add only the amount and it will leave the other things. So what it has to do, only it will do that and it will return you the money object of total. So in this case, you can also use the command like command B and click on the plus, and you can see the function that you have written for plus. So this is another increment. There are other things as well, like say you can use this as I said. You can always define an return function as well, int. Then you can remove the int if it is always going to. If you know that it is going to return int, you can specify it. Else you need not specify it as well. And also you can write it as an inline function as well. So this will always return an integer. So function overloading as well we have in Kotlin. So what it can do is, say for example, there is a method called send payment, and it always expects an money as well as string, which is the some information about the gateway. So say for example, always the information is not necessary for us. We can add a default parameter saying that the payment gateway is always empty. So now you can directly call send payment and send the money object alone. You need not pass the empty string. By default, it will take the empty string. So function overloading is also possible. So let's see an example of how we inflate in Java versus how we inflate in Kotlin. So in these three lines, we are inflating an view and setting it visibility, and also we are printing the status of the visibility. So in Java you have to specify it is a view, whereas in Kotlin you need not specify it. So in Java you have to say it is view.getVisibility, and you have to it is not very much clear for reading, whereas here you can use this type of this syntax so that it will display the same result. And in Java you have to always use get in layout inflator, set visibility, get visibility. In Kotlin, even if you use get layout inflator, your IDE will automatically change it into layout inflator. So same as visibility as well. So if you use get visibility, view.get visibility, if you as soon as you type and press enter, your IDE will automatically change it into visibility. So you may not call the boilerplate methods like this. You can just say print ln. And in Java we have semicolons. In Kotlin it is optional, so you can avoid all the semicolons. So writing a switch case in Java is like this. So you have to have an switch and then write a case, and then you have to break it, and then you have to add the default as well, and that's how it works in Java. So in Kotlin, it's very simple. You have to write a when, and you have to you can use the lambda functions like 5, then experience is excellent. If 3, it is bad, else the experience is not rated. So switch case is very simple like this. And you may not write the new keyword anywhere in Kotlin. So to whichever class you need to create a object, we usually have a new and then the Java class name. So we will we will just directly call its constructor. So this is how we this is an example of animation we running on an Android. So we usually throw an runnable. We will create a new runnable, and inside that we will be producing. We will be writing our code what action it has to do. So in Kotlin, you can avoid the runnable. So you have to just say whatever it has to do. It is as simple as that. So in Java, you will whatever getters and setters I told you have to write it as setters and getters. Whereas in Kotlin, you will directly access the method. Say if it is a name, you need not call it get name. You can directly call it class and dot get name, the object and the get name. So, what's the beauty of Java and Kotlin is you can have part of your project in Java itself, and your new code alone can be written in Kotlin, and you can call the methods in Kotlin from Java and Java from Kotlin, however you like. So, say for example, you have a movie class in Java, and you are writing another payment class in Kotlin. When you call movie.getName, you are writing in Kotlin, so it will automatically convert it into name and you will have it. Whereas if you call some methods of payment in movie, you can also get it as payment dot get money. So you will get that. So it is easily convertible. So if you have a Java file and you wanted to convert it into Kotlin file, just copy the whole content of the Java file and put it in a .kt file. Your IDE IntelliJ or the Android Studio, whatever you are using, will automatically give a suggestion that you are pasting a Java code inside a Kotlin file, shall I convert it into Kotlin. So once you hit yes, it will automatically generate the code in Kotlin, and you can see how easy it is. So most of the time it works. Like you can start converting your data models and all the easy small parts easily into Kotlin, and get started with converting those things. So to extend an class on Kotlin, you have to define a keyword open, because in Kotlin by default all the classes are final. So you can't directly extend your own class. So you have to declare that this class can be extended by saying it by putting the keyword open. So singleton is very easy. You can just say it is an object. So it is whenever you call this singleton class, always you return with one object. So that's the purpose of singleton. So we have it right there. So if you call singleton.b, you are calling an single object, which is the singleton, and you are referencing to the variable b. So how to migrate your code base from Java to Kotlin? So if you are working as a team, maybe some people are not comfortable with migrating things. So you can start your work alone on Kotlin. Like as I said, you can take some utility methods and convert it into Kotlin files, saying all the utilities can be written as functions. So you will not be dealing with other, you will not be related to, it won't break other things. So you can start there, and you can change all the utilities into Kotlin, and then you can take your model class, define it as data class in Kotlin. So all your boilerplate codes, you can erase it, and so if you want to switch back from Kotlin to Java, that is also possible. On the IDE, you can easily switch. If you have written a code in Kotlin for a long time and then you decided, no, I am okay with Java for some reason, you can always switch it back as well. That is also given to you by the IDE. So I'll demo you certain things. So here I have a method called, is it visible? Yeah. So here I have a method called compute. So which I'm using for getting the ratings as an integer, and I'm assigning an experience, saying it is excellent, good or bad. So I have this in Java. So I just decided it to convert it to Kotlin. So I'm just copying the compute, and I have already created a file called main.kt. So I'm going there and pasting it. So it is asking convert code from Java. I'm giving yes, and it is converted. So it's as simple as that. So you can copy any of your Java file and paste it in your Kotlin file, and the IDE will do the work. So in some cases it might not work. So where you have to tweak those things. Um, like if you have an overloaded a method or something like that, then you only you know what method are you actually calling. So you have to do those. So I'm creating a new Java file called Java money. And I'm having an integer of amount. I'm creating a getter setter. So now I have decided to move to Kotlin, and I wanted to use the Java money here. So I'm using Java money here. So this money I can get the amount like this. So I'm getting the amount just by typing amount. I'm not writing. Actually, it is calling this get amount method, but I'm not writing the get amount. So even if I write like get get amount, so the ID is saying that you can use it. So if I clean up, it is redirecting me to amount. So same way for setting it as well. Even if I type set amount, so it is asking me to do it here directly. So I can avoid the semicolon as well. So I can write the setter just like this. So say if we have this file in Kotlin, I'm deleting this. So we have a file. I'm creating a money. So this is a model class, data class, money. Sorry. So this is Kotlin. So what will be using val amount. So I have already defined it here. So this is going exception. So I have it here. So I have defined the data class money. So here I can directly use it same way as I showed. So say we have an Java file. So here we have to get the money. So we will create, so inside a function, we will create an object. We will write new money and it expects the amount 100. So now if I write money dot, we have get amount here. So we are writing in Java. So the money file is still in Kotlin. It doesn't have a getter and setter. So, but you can use the get amount if you are using it in Java file. So you may not worry about converting all your Java files in your project into Kotlin. You can take small steps and start converting it from now on. So that's one thing. And so if you are not sure with writing Kotlin code, you can always create a file in Java and write your code in Java and then copy it and paste it in Kotlin and see how it has generated it, and you can start learning that. And we also have so many resources to learn online, and so you can also they have also created a project called Kotlin Konas, where where you can practice each things one by one. So here, if you see these two files I created. So they have given it as introduction, hello world. You can, so what you have to do is you have to clear this to do, and you have to find the task and start with hello world, and you can learn Kotlin on your ID itself directly, or you can also go to online.kotlinlearn.org. You will have the same set of functions to complete, So every function will ask you to do some work, and it will make sure that you are learning Kotlin. So you can it covers everything. It's like we have higher order functions, we have lambda functions. So what not these modern languages has, we were missing it on Java, and now we have it everything on Kotlin. So it's better that we Android developers switch to Kotlin as soon as possible and take advantage of it. Like even for writing a simple for loop, say you have to iterate 0, 2, 4, 6. If you wanted to do it in Kotlin, you can generate a sequence of number and do it. Whereas in Java, you have to break it with an if condition and continue with. So all these things are made simpler here. And a function can return another function as well as an output in Kotlin. Whereas, so So you need not pass this anonymous class, and if you are using it in Android, you need not write the find view by ID every time for mapping it with your XML. So say you have an edit text view and other things, you can directly call it ID in your Kotlin file. So it is very readily understands your things, and um, the main thing is under the hood all your boilerplate codes are there, and uh, you can also investigate and see how the bytecodes are running when your Kotlin is compiled and taken into the JVM. So you can also use this code on your server side as well. So Kotlin supports on other platforms as well, as I said. So it is you can in future you can expect like all your code base is maintained in Kotlin, where you can share only the UI logics alone differently for different platforms. Even iOS is possible with Kotlin native, which is right now in beta. So yeah, that's from my end. Any questions? In Angular, uh, not exactly. It will replace TypeScript. You can like in Java, we compile it and run it on the JVM machine. So same like you can take an output of JavaScript and run it on the browser. So it's something that that's good. Still, you will be dealing with the native things like Android, and you are not totally moving to another framework. At the end of the day, it is going to run on JVM. It is going to give you the APK, and everything is same. Just that before the compile time, you have written on Java. Now you are writing it on Kotlin. Yeah. Activity and yeah. Hmm. Yeah. So as I showed you, you can. I showed it the demo on Kotlin. Whatever I have shown, you can do it on Android as well. So say I showed an example of posting a toast message by using the concept of extended functions. So I extended I created a new function called toast inside activity. So activity is a predefined function by Android, I am actually giving it another method called toast. Whenever I call toast, you do this. So that's what I meant on this slide. So here I have written a function called toast inside app compact activity, and I am saying that whenever I invoke this toast, you have the context and the duration as default. So I'm saying that the duration is always short. I can also give a duration there by writing hello world comma long. But if I don't give it, take it as short by default. So on any of my Android project, in any class, I can go and write toast the message. It's as simple as that. So I'm extending an activity and I'm writing another function inside it. So this is an Android component. So you can use Kotlin on any of your Android components. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, you will be having your activity files, everything the same as Java. So you will have it in Kotlin. So you will have. No. See, this is a main activity created with Kotlin. So I have extended app compact activity. I have overridden the function onCreate, and I have also used the support fragment manager. In Java, we usually call it get support fragment manager. As I said, getters and setters are not needed, so I'm writing it as support fragment manager dot begin transaction. So I'm also committing it in the same way, and I need not define it as the fragment manager. I can say it's just a value. So this is how it looks. This is the main activity created in Kotlin. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. So, so say for example, this as a toolbar, and can directly write toolbar equal to or dot whatever your actions. Go ahead. Fine. Yeah. Hmm. It compiles as text. It gives you an build. You can build the APK. It has a build.gradle file as well. So it will. So I have imported Kotlin here. So I'm using the same on the XML part. I'm using the constraint layout. So everything is same. So I can also define the build types, whatever it's your different flavors. Everything will work the same. So at the end of the day, you can build your code same like build APK or generate signed APK. Everything is same. Yeah, you can maintain your own structure like Android. So this is the next.